Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. It's Captain Ernesto with Thin Blue Line Fishing. And in today's video, I am gonna walk you through the steps on how to renew your oupv, your captain's license. And surprisingly, it's very easy and it's fast. So this whole process took me a little less than a month from start to finish, from printing out the application, applying for my TWIC card, going to the doctor, submitting it to the Coast Guard, and actually receiving it in the mail. So we'll go ahead and walk through the steps. It's fairly easy, and we'll go from there. So the first thing you would want to do is just go to the U.S. Coast Guard website. There is a checklist on there, all the documents that you're going to need to renew it. So that's my first thing that I'm going to recommend. But if you're like some people I know, they don't like to do research, they don't like to go online and read all these documents. It's not the best habit, but I completely understand. So the first thing you want to do is reapply for your TWIC card, because that does expire and you're going to need a new one. So go ahead and apply for it. I believe it's $75, and they will go ahead and send you your TWIC card. All right, this is copies that I sent to the Coast Guard. So go ahead and do that, print it out once you receive it, and keep it in a file for yourself. The next thing you want to do is fill out your application for your license, all right? It's going to be form CG719B as in boy. That's form CG719B as in boy. And on these forms, it's going to have the number right there printed up on top, so that way you know which forms it is. This set of forms, it's 5 forms, all right? You have to fill them out. First 2 pages is just reading, and then once you get to the 3rd page, that's when you're gonna go ahead and fill out your information. Basic information, name, address, contact person, and then at the bottom of it is where you're going to pick what you're doing. You're gonna renew. All right, so you're gonna check the renewal, and then you're gonna go ahead and take it, notary, get it notarized at the bottom right there. All right, so after you do those set of forms, if you've been convicted of a crime, you have to do form CG719C. It's a conviction statement. So you have to print those forms out as well. Next one is going to be your medical. All right, so if you have a medical certificate and it's valid, you don't need to do it, but the forms that you have to fill out, if you don't have that, it's going to be CG719K. All right, there it is right there, CG719K as in king. All right, these have 10 forms in it right here. The only thing you really basically have to do is fill out the bottom of the forms. It's going to be your name and date of birth on all of them, and then you'll fill out your basic information, your name and stuff like that on one of the forms. And then if you have any medical conditions, you'll fill them out, you know, yes or no, or doesn't apply, or whatever the case is. And then your doctor, they'll do the rest. You need to do a hearing and vision test. So make sure you get a doctor that specializes in the Department of Transportation testing. The next set of forms you're going to have to do is your drug testing. So if you participate in a drug program, which I highly recommend you do, it's very simple. You pay like $110 a month. The company I use is called APECA. It's APCA, all right? Pay like $110. They send you random drug testing through email, so you have to go do your drug test. But it's very, very simple. And if you participate in that program, all you need to do is just log in, print out the letter of compliance, and attach it with your packet, you're done. If you don't have this and you're not signed up for a drug programming, then you could go to you know, a local drug testing location and pay the fee and wait for you to get your results. Next thing you're gonna have to do is go online to basically www.pay.gov. All right, you go there and you have to pay. It comes out to $95. All right, to submit your application, for them to review it, approve it, and print it. It's $95. So after you submit, after you pay the fee, you print out the receipt that you're gonna get, print it out, and you have to attach it with your packet. So that's the next thing you have to do. Also, what you have to fill out is your small vessel sea service time. All right. So very self-explanatory. It's gonna go from month to month. You're gonna put how many days you were on your boat during that month. So you'll fill it out, print it out. If you have more than one boat, then you're gonna do it for multiple boats. I believe I had 3 boats at this time or during the time frame. So I did 3 different service forms with 3 different boats, and I put the days that I was on there. So you'll go ahead and fill that out. And then what you also want to do is print out copies of your registration for those boats. So I printed out my registrations for them, put it inside there, or your insurance cards showing that you were the owner of those vessels at the time. Also, I recommend is putting a copy of your driver's license in there. That way they got that as well. So I submitted my application on July 13th, and it was through email. So you send it to the website that's provided, and you'll go ahead and email your whole packet to them. One will be for the medical review, and then the other one is going to be for the Coast Guard. So I sent it July 13th. It was approved July 30th. All right, so that's how fast it was approved. It was approved July 30th. It was sent to be print on the 30th. It was printed on the 31st, and I received it August 3rd in the mail. So that's pretty fast. So it's right here. Haven't opened it yet. I'm opening it right now to see. Make sure I don't break anything. All right. All right. Well, it looks like, here goes. It looks like they just give you one sheet of paper. They don't give you the book. All right. So let me go ahead and block some of this out, but there it goes right there. Renewal my captain's license. It expires now in July of 2030. So that's the new expiration date. So yeah, quick process. Go ahead and get a booklet for this right here. And yeah, that's basically it. So if you guys like this video, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section, and I will do my best to go ahead and respond to them. But like I said, very simple process to go through, and it was very fast. So hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys on the next video.